Andrew McCart, iFLTV, delighted to be joined by Willy Hutchinson himself. Willy, I said a little bit before I pushed record there, but yeah, how's things?
Yep.
Saturday, everything all good?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good. Listen, we live and we learn, don't we? We have to move on. It's just obviously no one. Obviously, it wasn't the outcome that I wanted, but here we are. Do you know what I mean? We gotta move on from this.
Talk
Please
to me
God, we
about the
get
fight.
the rematch.
Is that's what I was going to say? Well, I was going to say that later on in the interview, but let's just jump straight into it then. Is the immediate rematch what you want, or is that something you could wait until you get another
N-
win under your belt, or you want to right that wrong right now?
No, I want an immediate rematch. Yeah,
Mm.
immediate rematch. Yeah.
And what's been said with Frank and everybody about the rematch?
I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. I just know that my manager's on it. Shelley's on it, and let's just wait and see. Let's see what they've got to say. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just waiting on that, to be honest.
Really, obviously the fight is fresh. It's only what 4 days ago. So you obviously in your mind you still think you can beat Buatsi. So what went wrong?
100%.
What went wrong on Saturday night for you?
I still need time to think of it. Do you know what I mean? It's only been the past few days, and I've never really thought of it ever since. To be honest, I was just off. It was just an off night for me. Do you know what I mean? It was just an
Mhm.
off night. There was something somewhere. I was off, and here I am now. Do you know what I mean?
When talk to me about the first knockdown. It was accumulation and stuff like that. So how badly hurt were you?
It wasn't that I was badly hurt, to be honest with you. It was like I had nothing in the tank. My tank was empty from the second round. I had nothing in me. Um, and to be honest with you, yeah, eh, that was it. And the rest, it was just, if you want to know the honest truth, it was probably it was very, very, when your tank's empty and you've got nothing in you, right? It's very hard to keep on pushing when there's nothing left inside you. Do you understand what I mean?
Hmm.
I can't push anymore. My body can't push any more than what I did. And it was just an off night for me. And from the second round onwards, it was the longest 10 rounds I've ever had in my life because I couldn't get out my own road. You know what I mean?
Was it the training camp? What was it?
Well, I don't know.
Occasion?
Listen, I could sit here and say a million things. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can even sit and you think to yourself, hold on, it could have been this, or it could have been this, or it could have been this. Listen, it was just an off night,
Mhm.
and I've just got to move on really. But please God, for the help of God, we can get the rematch straight away.
The reason I asked that because there was a lot made of you fighting in the York Hall at the beginning of the year and then fighting at Wembley, and
Yeah.
people might have said the occasion might be too big for you. 100,000, 98,000 people. Uh, was there a little bit of that? Did the occasion get to you, or did you just relish everything that was ahead of you?
Um, it wasn't the such thing of the occasion. My body couldn't do any more.
Hmm.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you
If
mean.
you've
Yeah.
ever if you've ever fought and you can't push anymore, I can't throw anymore. I can't do any more because the body's not allowing me to do it. It's very, very difficult. Do you know what I mean? I was
Hmm.
exhausted. I was very, very. I was unbelievably exhausted.
Well, like, you say that, but even after the knockdowns, you came back and you fought. You landed. You
I
can
did.
almost say I can't remember if it was the first knockdown or the second knockdown. Like you landed three left hooks or whatever it was off the straight off the bat. So you dug down, you bit on that gum shield, and you fought on. So
Brother,
you've
I
showed.
dug as the dog is always there. Do you
Mhm.
understand what I mean?
Yes.
It was there, but it how can I say it? You throw a combination, but there's no second attack. There's nothing
Mhm.
left. There's not another. You understand what I mean? It
Yeah,
was
yeah. There
like
was no second
think,
phase. Yeah.
breathe. There was no second phase because if there was, I could have, should have, but I'd done what I could. My body would allow me to do. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, and it's yeah, man, it's a bit of a
Well,
nightmare to be honest with you. And I, I'm very hard on myself. Even if I think even if I box decent, I'm still hard on myself. Do you understand what I mean? But it's hard when I know what I can do, but I physically couldn't do it. Do you understand what I mean? You know how hard that is. You know exactly what you can do. You know what you've been doing, and all of a sudden your body ain't moving.
And let's talk after the 2 knockdowns and the point deduction. Talk to me a little bit about that, the point deduction. Do you think that was a little bit unfair? 'Cause I don't think there was a warning there.
Off. Was it? I don't. To be honest with you, I'd never even took a second thought of any of that. Do you know what I mean? It could have been fair. It could not have been fair. I'm not even too sure. I just remember him taking the point of me, and I can remember him doing it, and I didn't even know what he was. I didn't even know really what it was for. Do you know what I mean? I was that exhausted in myself that I couldn't even think of the point or anything. Do you know what I mean? I was just exhausted, and I was fighting off pure heart. The only thing that I could have done at that time.
Well, again, like I said, I texted you and I said, listen, you got balls of steel because it looked like you were tired in there, but you fought on, and there was times where you just bit down in the gum shield and just went for it.
Yeah.
But when that final bell went, Willie, and then the announcer said it was a split decision after the 2 knockdowns and after the point deduction, what was going through your head? Did you feel like you'd done enough when the final bell went?
I didn't. I wasn't even. To be honest with you, I was that wore out. I couldn't even think of what the judges were saying. I couldn't even. I didn't know. Wasn't even thinking of anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds strange, right? It's hard to put into perspective, but whatever everybody was saying, I didn't really understand any of it because I was done in. You know what I mean? Did I think I won the fight? I don't know what I was thinking at that time. And I've never watched it back, and I won't watch it back. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in that. I'd just love the rematch. You know what I mean? And I think it will happen. I think it will happen.
Yeah, well, listen, it was a great fight. You could argue it's probably the fight of the night, to be fair. Buatsi said in his post-fight interview that he has to give you credit, man. He said, I don't know what his exact words were, but it was like he's got balls of steel, he's got guts, this, that, and the next thing. So he said you showed true heart in there because there was moments that he thought he was getting you out of there, but you got back up. So he's giving you props at the end.
Yeah, man. Yeah, listen. At the end of the day, we're fighters, isn't we? And we're only trying our best. You know what I mean? From my point of view, obviously, I'm disappointed in myself. Not disappointed in myself, but more. It just, you know what you can do, and it's just it was an off night, but it was a night that I needed to be on for me. Do you know what I mean? To go to the next level. And I still believe I'm ready to take it to the next level. Do you know what I mean? And I still believe in the bottom of my heart I beat all them men.
Well, you're only 25 years old. You got a long
I
time.
am, but I am, and I know I understand all that 100%. But to me, I still feel like I'm better than them all. You know what I mean? So, is it? I think I've got to prove. I haven't really got to prove anything. I've got more to just whatever I've done wrong. Somewhere, some point, I've done something wrong. Do you know what I mean? If it's never been the wrestling, or if I've overdone it training, or whatever it is, I've got to get that right. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Did it eat the right thing, or there's 100 things of it. I just know that deep in my ass, I couldn't do. And you know the funny thing is, after the fight, if someone said to me, "What would you have changed? What would you have done?" I couldn't change anything because I couldn't do anything else. I could only genuinely, telling the truth, I couldn't do any more than I did. My body wouldn't allow me to take. You know what I mean?
Well,
And I still, even though I was feeling like I wanted to win, I want it more than anything.
obviously, Boatsi's obviously got the win now. He's probably looking now to move on and fight for some sort of world title because Bert Beav and Bill are fighting in a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, I think it is, or 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. So them belts might come fragmented in the next month. Do you know what I mean? So for you to get this rematch, it might be difficult for you. So do you have a message for Buatsi or Frank or anyone to get that rematch made?
I've got a message. I've got nothing to say just now. I just know my manager's on the ball of getting the rematch. Do you know what I mean? So for what I've got to do, I've got to I think I need a rest, man. I've done three back-to-back camps, and it's been tough. And maybe I pushed myself a bit too hard in camp. Maybe, I was there 11 weeks. You know what I mean? And maybe I left it maybe in the camp. There's loads of things, loads of factors, but all stuff like I couldn't really care less. I've got to put my head down. When the time comes back, I'll say get a bit of a rest. And I've got to put things right, man, Anna.
Definitely.
And if you know me, right, I'll fight anyone, and I truly, from the bottom of my heart, believe I'm better than them all. Do you understand what I mean? And it hurts me because I know I could sit here all day and tell you I know I could do this and do that and blah blah blah. It didn't go my way, but I do believe I've got the beatings of the likes of this man.
One final one for me, Willie, before I let you go and enjoy the rest of your evening. Tyson Fury has some words for you post fight. What did he say to you?
He said, what did Tyson say? He said it was a very hard fight and you done what you could do, and that was it. Do you know what I mean? He said it was a hard fight, two good men, but yeah, man.
Listen, I know you're a proud.
This is a lonely sport, man. This is a lonely sport. This is you. Because at the end of the day, after all said and done, you go back of doing what you're doing. But like me, even my own family, me dad, everyone's there for you and like upset for you and blah blah. But at the end of the day, on Monday morning, everyone's going to work and you're the one there. Do you know what I mean? So I've had lots of phone calls from people I never expected from. I can say that has been unbelievable. I've had some big people ring me and said good things. I've had more of a phone call of actually losing this fight than I had of any of all the fights I've won.
That's good. That means people care.
It's unbelievable people care. But I think people know that. Listen, all I'm trying to do is be the best I can possibly be in even outside perspective of boxing. Even just being a normal person. I want to be a good person. I want to do good. I just want to be real, man. I don't want to start walking down in leather, whatever the like suits and this and that. I'm being something I'm not. I'm from a place called Lanark Stairs. I've been brought up there all of my life in Scotland. I'm as rough and ready as the next person, and I'm never going to change. If I had 100 million in the bank, I'd still be the same now.
That's what I love to hear. But like I was about to say that, man. I know you're a proud Scotsman, and I think that you've done Scotland proud on Saturday night, the way you fought and you fought with your heart. So congratulations on that. I know you didn't get the win, but 25-year-old, I'm sure you'll come back bigger, better, badder, and stronger.
Well, time will tell. I can assure you that.
Definitely. Well, listen, hopefully I'll catch up with you very, very soon, brother. Listen, like I
love
said,
that,
enjoy
brother.
the rest of your evening.
I love doing interviews with you, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
My pleasure,
Thank
brother.
you.
Listen, stick in. I'll
God
speak to you
bless.
soon. Thank you.
Thank
God
you,
bless.
brother.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.